Square root of non-perfect squares. Now you know that 2 is a non-perfect square, rather root 2 is a irrational number. Now to find out the square root of 2, we can go by long division method. Now we have to decide as to how many decimals we want. If we want 3 decimals, then we have to have 3 pairs of zeros. So let us go for 3 decimal places. Let us have 3 pairs of zeros. Let us begin the finding out the square root of 2 by long division method. Now pair them first. We have got 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pairs and the 4th pair. So 4 pair means there will be 4 digits in the square root here with 3 decimal places. Now choose the first pair. Now 2, 1 into 1 is 1. I cannot take 2 here because 2 into 2 becomes 4, which is more than 2. So 1 into 1 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. Bring the first pair of zeros down. Add 1 here becomes 2. I have chosen the digit 4 here because 24 into 4 is 96, which is less than 100. Subtract it, we get 04. Again bring the second pair down, the second pair of zeros down. Add 4 here, we get 28. I have chosen the digit 1 so that 281 into 1 becomes 281, which is definitely less than 400. Subtract it, we get 10 minus 1 is 9, 10 minus 9 is 1, 4 minus 3 is 1, and bring the third pair of zeros down. Add 1 here, it becomes 1 plus 1 is 2 and 28 as it is. Now I have chosen the digit 4, that is 2824. Multiply by 4 becomes 11296, which is less than 11900. The remainder is 604. Since we have decided up to 3 decimal places, we have to we can stop this procedure. So therefore square root of 2 is 1.414 dot 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 and so on, and we find that the square root of 2 is 1.414. It is a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal expansion. Therefore square root 2 is an irrational number. This is one very important method of proving that any given irrational number is an irrational number by finding out its decimal expansion, which is non-terminating and non-recurring. Now this is one more method of finding square root, that is subtraction method, and subtraction method is based on the property that the sum of consecutive odd numbers starting from 1 give us make it perfect. For example, if you take 1 and 3, 1 plus 3 becomes 4, which is a perfect square. So sum of odd numbers give us a perfect square, and that is the property which is used to find out the square root of any given number. Now square root of 49. So what we do is 49 minus 1. The first odd number is 1, so subtract 1, we get 48. Then subtract 3, we get 45. Subtract 5, we get 40. Subtract 7, we get 33. Subtract 9, we get 24. Subtract 11, we get 13. Subtract 13, we get 0. The remainder becomes 0. So the zero has reached, the remainder has become 0 when we subtract 7 odd numbers, or when we have gone 7 steps down, and therefore the square root of 49 is 7. That means it's a very clear method. When we add 7 odd numbers, we get a perfect square, which is 49. When we subtract 7 odd numbers from 49 step by step, then we get the remainder as 0. Therefore square root of 49 is 7. So please remember that. Now the next very important method is the units and tens digit method. Now what is if the digit in the square, if the unit digit of a square number is 0, then the square root will have 0 in units place. If the digit in the units place is 1, then the digit in the square root, the units digit in the square root will be 1 or 9. If it is 4, it will be 2 or 8. If it is 5, it is 5. If it is 6, it is 4 or 6. And 9, it is 3 or 7. And this can be understood very easily. If I square 10, then the square number is 100, which is again 0, 0 is the digit in both the numbers here. If I take the square of 1, then the digit in the square number is 1. If I square 9, it is 81. Again the digit in the units place is 1. If I square 2, I get 4. The digit in the units place is 4. If I square 8, it is 64. The digit in the units place is 4. And if I square 5, it is 25. The digit in the units place is 5. If I square 4, it is 16. Then the digit in the units place is 6. If I square 6, it is 36. The digit in the units place of square number is 6. If I square 3, it is 9. The digit in the units place is 9. If I square 7, it is 49. Then the digit in the units place of square number is 9. In the reverse, if I take the reverse order, if the digit in the units place is 1, the square root will have the digit 1 or 9. If the digit in the units place of a square number is 4, then the square root will have the digits 2 or 8 in the square root, and 5 will have 5 itself. If the digit in the units place of a square number is 6, then the square root will have 4 or 6, and if the digit in the units place of a square number is 9, then the digit in the units place of the square root will be 3 or 7. And this these basics can be used in finding out the square root of any given number by the units and tens digit method. So let us understand by taking an example. Supposing if you are asked to find out the square root of 1024, first of all pair them. 24 is one pair, 10 is one pair. 24 will give you the digit in the units place, and 10 will give us the digit in the tens place. As you know, there are two pairs here, therefore the square root will have two digits. Now let us understand, let us take the first pair. The digit in the units place of this number is 4. Now if it is 4, then the digit in the units place of the square root will be 2 or 8. The digit in the units place of square root is 2 or 8. Please remember, it can be 2 or it can be 8. Now let us decide whether it will be 2 or 8 later. Now after having considered the first pair, now take the second pair, 10. Now 10 lies between two perfect squares, two consecutive perfect squares, that is 3 square and 4 square. 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9, and 10 is more near to 9 than 16, and therefore we have to take 3 as the digit in the tens place. Therefore the square root of 1024 can be 32 or 38. So it can be 32 or 38. If I take 32 and round it up to 30, 30 square is 900, and 38 if I round it, it becomes 40. 40 square is 1600. 30 square 900 is very much near to 1024. 40 square 1600 is is a much greater number than 1024, and therefore 32 is the square root of 1024. Even if it is an approximation also, 32 is a square root of 1024, and that is how by inspection we can find out whether 32 or 38 is the square root of the given number. Remember that. Now let us take one more example. Square root of 6724. Take the first pair. 4 is the digit in the units place, therefore the digit in the square root will be again 2 or 8. Now take 67. 67 lies between two consecutive perfect squares, 8 square and 9 square. 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81. 67 is very much near to 64, therefore the digit in the tens place will be 8. So the numbers are 82 or 88. 82 if I take it as 90, or you can round it up to 80. 80 square will be 6400, and 88 will be 90 square will be 8100, and therefore 6400 is very much near to 6724, and therefore square root of 6724 approximation will be 82 and not 88. So the procedure are in 3 steps. First, find out the digit of the units place by taking the digit in the square of the number, which is 4. It can be 2 or 8. Then go for finding out the tens place, that is 67 lying between 8 square and 9 square. We find that it is 8, so therefore the number are 82 or 88. Then go for approximation, finding out which square number is much nearer to the given number, and that will be the square root of the given number. Therefore here 82 is the square root of 6724, which is 100% correct approximation. Now let us go for the certain important basics here. Now the square of 1.2 square is 1.44. Square of 2.13 square is 4.5369. 1.414 square is 1.999396. You see here there is one decimal place in this. There are 2 decimal places. There are 2 decimal places, there are 4 decimal places here, there are 3 decimal places, there are 6 decimal places here. Therefore remember, the perfect square decimal numbers, always have even number of digits after the decimal point. So there are even digits here, and also even digits here. Any decimal which is a perfect square will have even number of digits after the decimal point. Now let us understand how to find out the square root of a given decimal number. Now 0.009409 is the number. We want to find the square root of that, and now for that pair it. So 09 is one pair, 94 is another pair, 00 is another pair, and 0 is another pair. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs here. Therefore remember, we have got 1, 2, 3 and 0 here. Therefore we have got 0.097 as answer. There are 3 pairs after the decimal point. There have to be 3 digits after the decimal point. So let us begin to find the square root by the long division method. Now the first pair is 0. So therefore 0 into 0 is 0. Subtracted, we get 0. Bring the pair of zeros down. Add 0 here. It becomes 0 plus 0 is 0. Now for the I have chosen 0 here because 0 0 into 0 becomes 0 0. Again subtract it, we get 0. Bring 9 4 down and add 0 here becomes 0 0. I have chosen the digit 9 here because 9 into 9 becomes 81. So 94 minus 81 is 13, that is 13. And bring 0 9 down. I have added 9 here. 9 plus 9 is 18. I have chosen the digit 7 because 187 into 7 becomes 1309, and which is 100% getting subtracted here, and the remainder is 0 0. Therefore the square root of 0.009409 is 0.097. And remember, there are 3 pairs of the decimal point and there are 3 digits after the decimal point in the square root, and that is how we can ascertain the number of digits in the square root. Now example here, square root of 16 is 4, there is 1 pair, therefore there is 1 digit. The square root of 100, there are 2 pairs here, therefore there are 2 digits in the square root. Here again 2 pairs, there are 2 digits in the square root, and here we have got 3 pairs and therefore there are 3 digits in the square root, and that is how we can understand whether our answer is correct or not. By just counting the number of pairs, we come to know what are the number of digits in the square root of a given number. So these are the important basics of square root and their properties and their application. Now it's very important for us to know how to find the square root, especially the long division method, and the other properties are also to be understood clearly. So learn this, repeat it, and learn how to find the square root by long division method, practice it and make a note of it in a book so for your reference. Thank you.